Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, Stellar Blade is going to be selling like hotcakes. It's going to break some gaming records, and we have to thank IGN France for this. If you weren't aware, there was quite a bit of backlash and controversy this last week after IGN France made that article essentially calling the creator of Stellar Blade someone who has never seen a woman in their life. Yeah, they said just because the way that Eve, the protagonist of the game, was, I guess, shaped and her looks and her appearance, that it was made by somebody that was basically an incel. And this caused quite a commotion. In fact, the creator of Stellar Blade is married, and to my knowledge, his wife was the one that helped create the design of Eve herself, who's actually based off of a model. I think people were telling me that that is his wife. The model is the wife. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but the main thing is that these journalists are constantly trying to attack anybody that's a straight male, whether they're white and now evidently even Asian, because we can't have any attractive females in our video games. We can't have anything that looks sexy. It's too over sexualized for these people. And then they try to do the argument of, oh, you just want something to jerk off in your video games, you incel. And that's not the case. So yeah, it's all these social justice narratives that IGN France and Kotaku and other journalist websites out there trying to push constantly. So yeah, IGN France published this preview of Stellar Blade, and then somewhere in there they just decided to have this social justice narrative that the protagonist of Stellar Blade was a doll sexualized by somebody that has never seen a woman, which is pretty much baseless criticism if you really think about it. And I'm glad that it sparked outrage among gamers and just the wider gaming community as a whole. And actually, IGN France did an apology about it. They made an apology, which even then seemed to be a little bit more insincere. It was mostly like it was a reaction to the backlash. Like, okay, we have to damage control it a little bit because the social media backlash was pretty bad. In fact, they basically tried to do like a little footnote saying, I don't know, it was like a weird clarification of it. They went from saying that it was for French speaking people, that non-French speaking people somehow mistranslated it right, and that Google Translate ruined it, or I don't know. It didn't make sense. It just basically sounded like they were trying to make a whole bunch of excuses as it wasn't intended for non-French speaking people and the translation caused a mix or whatever. Either way, it still came across as insincere because the editor-in-chief at IGN France actually went as far as to complain or compare that Stellar Blade is literally killing women. It was a statement that kind of was like a little ignorant. It was a little bit extreme and misguided. I think, when you think of these SJWs that push their narratives in gaming journalism, they get a little bit over the top. Stellar Blade is not killing women, okay? Modern feminism is killing women. Trying to appease to people by putting ugly, unattractive female protagonists because you don't want anything over sexualized is fucking weird. What does it matter what the character looks like? Honestly, what does it matter? I don't care if the game characters are sexy or ugly or handsome, tall, big, fat, short, and small. I don't care. What I do care about, though, is journalists like IGN France trying to make some kind of SAW narrative out of why a character is good looking. All right, that's what I care about. So this is kind of like a weird, disturbing trend of gaming that we're seeing coming to light. We've even seen the character from Horizon Zero Dawn get uglied. The upcoming Fable trailer had a ugly protagonist in it. It's kind of weird. It's like they're almost trying to guilt gamers. And you've seen there's been other journalist websites and journalists and gaming industry people. Reforge Gaming put out this tweet where they kind of hinted that they were feeling guilty for liking the game due to the public discourse surrounding it. Like, why are you self-guilting yourself? Like, you're self-censoring yourself to kind of like white knight and white stand. Like, oh, look at me, guys. I'm enjoying the game, but I feel bad about it because the public discourse about it is hating this game. Like, why are you feeding into the narrative? If you like a game, you fucking like it. Why do people have to white knight over stuff that is like, I don't know, dude. This is what irritates me about these people. And this is why I say there's a lot of wokeness, not just in gaming, but film, music, TV, you name it. It's all this grandstanding, right? And I don't know. I think it's a broader issue that there's a lot of individuals involved that feel pressured to conform to these ideologies and these viewpoints, even though they're clearly exaggerated claims, or they're false, or they're just some kind of like narrative again that they're trying to push and stuff. So this Stellar Blade controversy, I feel, is definitely going to backfire on everybody when this game finally comes out. The fact that so many people are just making a big deal about it is drawing more attention and more eyeballs to Stellar Blade, which again I think is going to sell like hotcakes. The demo's out. Everybody that I know that's played the demo has said good things about it, and it's good eye candy at the end of the day. And when people are, squeaking out loud like, don't play it, don't support it, it's literally killing women, it's bad for women, and it's this and that, and it's made by an incel, it's always 9 times out of 10 going to backfire. Just look at what happened with Hogwarts Legacy last year. That game went on to break records, and it still got snubbed by the Game Awards, but we all know the truth about it. And I feel that Stellar Blade is definitely going to help promote that. And you always got to remember, guys, whether you're a journalist, whether you're a gamer just like me, who's just a nobody, you can't cater to trying to make everybody happy. Keep your own individual thought. Don't be like Reforge Gaming and try to hold yourself up like, oh, I'm sorry, I like this game. Don't be like all these journalists that say this weird, fucked up shit. Critical thinking is something that's really important, and it seems like more and more every day since the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, we've been seeing less of that when it comes to people that consider themselves journalists in the gaming industry. And all you have to do really to see who has this kind of weird, crappy, woke ideology is just see who's blocked you or not. And 9 times out of 10, all the people, the guilty suspects, the Alyssa Marcantes of the world, they're the ones that are blocking everybody because they want that echo chamber. They don't want anybody challenging their narratives, right? You can't be based if you're involved in the media. And it's weird because now they're attacking consumers for that as well. They're trying to label gamers as toxic. They want gamers to be purged. And it's just, honestly, for as much as they call gamers toxic, you got to look at the social justice narrative that gaming journalism has, and you'll honestly see that they are the most toxic. They are the ones drowning out genuine criticism, and they're actually leading a lot of false narratives, misconceptions, misguided stereotypes when it comes to gaming, because gaming should be for everybody. There's nothing wrong with diversity and inclusivity and stuff, but when you're trying to censor, when you're trying to shut down, when you're making up bullshit editorials, pushing your agendas, that's where it starts to get a little fucking annoying. And that's why this backlash has happened with Stellar Blade. And even IGN France's apology wasn't good enough, and it's going to be great when this game comes out. So let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching.